Do you have those people in your life that just constantly keep yapping about how bad their life is? How they're a victim and were placed in a terrible starting position? But then they just do nothing about their situation? Well, that was me for most of my life. And I'm telling you now, if that's you or someone you know, you find yourself constantly complaining and unsatisfied with your life, you have to change. You have to realize that no one is coming to save you. Nobody cares about your excuses as much as you do, and you're the only person that can change your own situation. Like, mate, accept that you're in a shit position, grow a pair, and then get yourself out of that situation. Oh, life is so hard, woe me, woe this, woe that. Like, bro, everyone has their own problems. And yes, you can be in a shit starting position compared to someone who lives a more comfortable life, but your complaints don't change your reality. Your actions do. The longer you sit there whining, the deeper you sink. The world doesn't owe you anything, and it's certainly not waiting for you to stop feeling sorry for yourself. It's not about ignoring your past, but it's about owning your present and building your future. Take it from someone like me. I know I personally don't have the worst situation. There's always going to be someone who's had a worse life situation than you. But for me personally, my parents didn't teach me shit. I would come home every day from school and just play games all day. It was ridiculous. This meant that I gained zero communication skills, zero social skills, and became stupid as fuck, eating a bunch of 2-minute noodles that my mum constantly fed me, and being an absolute degenerate. I struggled a lot in high school trying to fit in and never had any true real friends. I had no sense of values, I couldn't distinguish between what was right or wrong, and no one I could look up to. I felt stupid as fuck and I did shit in school. But the moment I truly realized I was the only one responsible for my life, no matter my starting point, that's when I flicked the switch and started taking control of my life. I took that first step, which began in the gym, and long story short, that's how it led to the physique I have today. And if you want to take that first step into investing in yourself and achieving your dream physique, check out my physique program in the link below, which will provide you with a 12-week program, a nutrition guide, and much more. About a year ago, I was forcing myself to approach random people in the city to improve my social anxiety. And I'd ask about their story, and I just try to have a real conversation with them. I approached this one guy sitting calmly on the grass by himself, and I asked him what he did for a living. He told me that he was actually unable to find a job due to suffering from a neurological condition. I can't remember what it was called, but basically all 5 of his senses were impaired and he wasn't allowed to get a job because of it, and that he had to rely on other people to support him. Imagine that, not being allowed to make a living for yourself, being a burden to people around him. And he said he'd been struggling his entire life of 37 years. Doctors couldn't do anything, medication barely helped, and he just had to constantly suffer. His hands were just spazzing out as he spoke, and he had like band-aids on his fingers and feet. It was bad. Then he told me that he was actually going to commit suicide the day before. He was about to do it, but then he got scared and backed away. I don't know where he is right now, but this interaction taught me the most important lesson that you need to hear as well. Because here I was complaining about my life, feeling sorry for myself, when this man had it infinitely worse. In that moment, I realized I have a fully functional body. I have the ability to find a job, find opportunities, and turn my life around. There is no excuse for my victim mentality. And now I carry that story wherever I go. Whenever I feel like complaining, I just remember that story. And that's why it hits me so hard when I look around and I see so many people with fully functional bodies who fall into that victim mentality. They're depressed, but they abuse their body with drinking and smoking and drugs. They're always complaining about their lives, saying they're not where they want to be in life because of this and that, but then they do nothing to change it and don't take any action. And it's so sad to see people out there who struggle just to live a normal life, because those people would do anything to have the same opportunity as you do. Always be grateful for a healthy, functional body. Stop complaining about your life. Take control. Take action. Goodbye.